Hey, this is Sandy.
And Randy.
And we're here on AT Corner.
Being an athletic trainer comes with ups and downs, and we're here to showcase it all.
Join us as we share our world in sports medicine.
Welcome back to another episode of AT Corner. For this story episode, we're doing something a little different.
Yes, all things not athletic training.
This doesn't sound right for me. This feels weird. Because if anyone knows me, I'm all about AT.
Well, I hope so, considering that's what our podcast is.
Yeah, that's very true.
Normally, not today, though.
Yes, like we said, different.
We're going to talk about all things not athletic training, all things outside of athletic training, work-life balance, hobbies.
That's such a hard word. Work-life balance for ATs out there. But I think it's perfect for this holiday season.
I don't know. I think it's a hot topic, and I think things are changing faster than we think.
For the better.
Mm-hmm. Our first story submission is from Jenna S, and she said, work-life balance. Before you can keep the balance, you must know what work-life balance means to you. To some, they think it should be 50-50, but don't know what that looks like for them or how to make it a reality. Some jobs do not allow for no nights, no travel, no weekends, no on-call, which makes the perceived expectation of equal work-life balance almost impossible. But on the flip side, some jobs do provide this exact thing. It took me years into this profession to define and execute work-life balance that works for me. I realize I'm not a 50-50 person. I'm more of a 90-10, 30-70, 80-20, enter any fraction here person. For me, it all balances out in the end. There are weeks and months I work and travel where I'm on for work 24/7, but there are also times when I'm not traveling, not on call, and am able to leave work at work. I love this topic because it's so important in our profession. Just because I'm okay with being 90-10 sometimes doesn't mean it works for everyone. Every professional must define it for themselves and then work to define what it looks like.
That is usually like the hardest part, is defining what work-life balance is for you.
And that's a lot of trial and error.
A lot of trial and error, and also sometimes things change. You might meet someone new, maybe a new pup or something like that. That changes what work-life balance used to be for you.
What does your work-life balance look like, Randy?
It's a lot better than it used to. I still have the being available. Like if an athlete messaged me in the evening, like I will try to respond. If it's really late in the evening, like I'm going to bed late, I assess the situation first. If it's hey, I'm going to the ER just to let you know, I'll probably respond. But if it's a question that can wait for the morning, I'll wait for the morning.
I think that's the best thing about I know some people don't like giving out their phone number. I do give out my phone number especially for like concussions, if I want to make sure that they have my contact. But that's the best thing I think about texting or calling. Like, I have the power to determine when I'm going to work outside of work, and I have the power to not answer that text or not answer that phone call.
What about coaches?
I also have the power to not answer phone calls or texts from coaches.
I can say I'm pretty lucky right now. I really don't get a lot of coaches' messages outside of my normal working hours.
My coaches right now are really good. Like, they'll ask me, hey, what time are you in today? And then when I'm in, then they'll call.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
See? Work-life balance.
I mean, it definitely helps when you have the support around you.
Absolutely. If the expectation is you're on call 24/7, 365, then it's hard to set that tone. That like, oh, I'm not doing that, because then you get viewed as like, oh, you're the lazy one.
Exactly, because you're trying to draw that line in the sand, which is a good line in general, but
Absolutely.
For that job, it may be perceived as it.
Yeah, if no one set that expectation.
That's a tough line to draw too.
Big time. But that's when you stay true to who you are.
And then maybe that's not the job for you, or maybe
Exactly.
it is. Maybe your work-life balance is 90-10.
Yeah, some people that works for them.
There's this next submission from Audric W. It was actually from a motivational speaker, and I thought I wanted to put it at the beginning of the episode because I had never heard it before, but I thought that it would fit perfectly in this. He said, imagine life is about juggling 5 balls in the air. The balls are labeled work, family, health, friends, and spirit, and you're striving to keep all of those in the air. What you'll learn is that work is the only rubber ball. If you drop it, it will bounce back. But the other 4 balls, family, health, friends, and spirit, are made of glass. If you drop one of these, they will be irrevocably scuffed, marked, nicked, damaged, or even shattered. They will never be the same.
Ooh, I like that one.
I know. That's a good one, huh?
But it kind of gets me because I can't juggle, so I'd already be doomed to begin. But no, that's really good. I like that one.
Well, also, like, to go deeper into this metaphor, like, it's cool because like, when you're juggling, it changes, like, your priorities. Like,
Absolutely.
you want to make sure that they stay off the floor, but maybe some are, like, higher in the air than others at some point, and
if ATs know anything, it is literally juggling multiple things.
Mm-hmm.
So this is right up our alley. We can do this.
Yeah, I mean, definitely. And I think the whole idea of, like, work bouncing back it's not necessarily like you can mess up at work and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, obviously everyone makes mistakes, but I think the thing that's important is, like, there will always be another job.
Yes.
There's not always going to be another family.
Absolutely. Or friends.
Friends. Health.
Health. You only get one health.
Got to take care of yourself. Because, athletic trainers are the best patients.
Best patients. We do such a great job for ourselves. We need to change that. That's for sure.
Yeah. Like my current forearm strain that I'm nursing, that I just keep climbing on, it's fine.
That you're supposed to adjust, but it's okay. We don't modify our intensity.
Hey, I get work on it.
Yes, you do.
So to keep work-life balance, a lot of people said that they have hobbies outside work or something outside of work to look forward to.
That's awesome.
And so I put up a post asking about what people's hobbies were, and we got a lot of actually unique, different responses.
Okay.
What do you actually think is the most common?
I feel like something outdoors. I think like hiking.
Okay. I actually didn't count to see, like, because there were a lot. I didn't count to see, like, which one was, like, the most common, but it was definitely, like,
I feel like outdoors.
Active, like working out, lifting, outdoors, going to the beach, surfing.
Golf's got to be in there.
Actually, I don't think that many people put golf. Like a few.
Interesting. I'm very surprised.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I feel like that would have been a lot more common.
But we definitely got, like, a lot of sporting, like climbing, golfing, snowboarding, skiing, bowling, biking, running.
I mean, golfing has everything that you would think an AT would like. It has drinking, friends, and some competitiveness.
Yeah. And sports.
Yay, sports.
Speaking of hobbies, Kira from Stay Crafty actually said, "Life is so much better with a hobby. I've always had people telling me to get a hobby, but it sounded exhausting. But in reality, it's such a good brain break. All ATs need to find some sort of hobby."
That's true.
And I think putting a label on it, like saying you have a hobby, is so, like, daunting to some people. But I think it's just, what is your interest that is not work?
Yeah.
Because really anything could technically
Could be
a
your
hobby.
hobby, yeah.
And we did actually get one about hiking.
Okay. Nice.
Do you want to read it?
Yes, I do. This one's by Kylee Z. While working football camp at my university, another athletic training student and I got put on water bottle and ice bag duty. While making jokes to pass the time, we quickly became close and have been best friends ever since, leaning on each other for work and life advice, studying together, and navigating school/life balance. Our senior year of college, we decided to take a random backpacking class. However, neither of us had any experience with backpacking or camping. We learned backpacking techniques, how to pitch a tent, hey, that's important, survival tips, and more. At the end of the year, we took a 10-day backpacking trip through the desert. That's kind of cool.
Well, okay, I had to pause for a moment because I didn't realize they did this for like a whole year.
Yeah, that's kind of neat.
That is super cool.
It's almost like that. Your football coach? He teaches an adventure class.
Oh my gosh, I need to go. My football coach teaches this adventure class where they go out every Tuesday and Thursday. They go take a hike, and I'm like, I need to go join you guys because we have we have trails right off the college campus.
Yes.
And so I think they just like go up during their class time.
That's pretty cool.
I know, and then come back. So I need to figure out when their class time is, and then just come. Because he said I'm welcome to come whenever.
Of course. Kylee continues with, everything we needed to survive was in our backpacks. Of course, when we went, it rained, and being at the bottom of a canyon, we had to go through chest-deep, rushing floodwaters. That is intense.
That's scary.
With soaking wet clothes and sleeping bags, I ended up getting pneumonia. A classmate got stuck in quicksand, we had a bear scare, and we got lost through the canyons in the dark. Wow. That's a lot that happened on this trip.
All right, so we're really selling this hiking thing
as a good hobby. She continues with, although it was a very challenging adventure, it also allowed us to step out of our comfort zone, learn something new, see some pretty amazing views, and get away to clear our heads before finals and taking our boards. And we also learned how to apply our athletic training skills into a wildlife setting. Since then, Hannah went on to get her master's and works for a college track and field team. I feel you. Hang in there, Hannah. You're doing great. I'm finishing up grad school, and I work for a professional football team and a high school in the off-season. Through crazy schedules, stressful seasons, and still working to find a work/life balance, we have made it a goal to still get together once a year and go on a backpacking trip.
Oh, that's so cool.
There's a lot we've been able to take away from these backpacking trips, and we found ways to implement this in our regular days. Just going for short hikes around local trails during a break in our day can be a great way to get some exercise, some fresh air, and sunshine. And just take a step back to focus on mental and physical health and decrease burnout.
We've been trying to hike a little bit more.
We have been hiking more.
I want to go backpacking.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be pretty cool. I do not want to go backpacking where I might get pneumonia.
We don't have to do that.
Or chest deep floodwaters.
Or quicksand.
Or quicksand. Okay, like I know that's a real thing, but like to think that someone actually got stuck in quicksand is quite intense.
What do? This is the emergency
you
part of the
panic.
podcast.
You don't panic. You don't move. You need someone to pull you out.
Good job. Gold star.
Boom.
What do you do with a rattlesnake bite?
Clearly suck out the venom. I'm just kidding. No one do that. Do not suck out the venom.
I don't remember actually, but I think
you get them anti-venom.
Yeah.
Duh.
You call 911.
Yeah, you get them to the nearest emergency room because you're not supposed to tourniquet either.
Do not elevate and do not tourniquet.
Yeah, you're not supposed to tourniquet.
If anyone wants to post in our Facebook group what you're actually supposed to do with a snake bite,
that'd be perfect. Because clearly we might need a little help on that.
I actually do, like, before we go on hikes with snakes, I actually do look it up every time, but obviously I'm not very good at remembering it. But I do know you don't tourniquet it.
Yeah, you don't tourniquet and you
don't suck out the venom.
Do not suck out the venom.
I just know what not to do.
Which is important. Which is important. At least you know what not to do.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I tend to freak people out on our hikes because I like to look around to make sure there's no mountain lions following us.
Yeah, you really scared our friends that time.
Hey, I was just keeping my head on a swivel. Put me in, coach.
So traveling is another one that we got.
Okay, I could see that being kind of a cool hobby.
Mm-hmm.
Like to go see different places outside of your, like, if you do travel for your job, outside of that, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, you used to travel a ton.
Yes, but we always traveled to the same places.
Yeah.
Over and over. But Seattle was cool to go over and over.
So this is from Amanda M. She said, I have been lucky enough to work with a team that travels internationally for 1 week each year during their spring break. My first ever international trip was with them. Since then, I have tried to plan an international trip every year/every other year. Please tell me, I would love to know how you save for that because that sounds
amazing.
Yeah. I have been to a bunch of the Caribbean islands and once to Europe. I have since been back to Europe a bunch of times, and a few years ago I took a solo trip to Spain.
Nice.
I loved my solo trip, and I would definitely do it again. I learned a lot about myself and stepped out of my comfort zone. I also navigated a few obstacles along the way. I would encourage everyone to take a solo trip at least once.
Nice.
Have you ever taken a solo trip, Randy?
Yes, but it wasn't like to somewhere random.
Where?
Like I traveled by myself a few times up to Oregon to like see my sister and stuff.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's kind of the most like solo I would say. Because most of the day I was kind of by myself when she had work. So like I just roamed around the streets of Portland.
Would you do a solo trip? Like
I think I could, like, I'd be okay doing it.
I am okay never doing a solo trip again.
I know you. Yes, you did do a solo trip.
I did a solo trip to Hawaii and it was so stressful.
I could do it.
I also am very much an extrovert, and like I get my energy from people even though I'm shy. Like I even just being around people, so just being around myself all day was just really tough.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, I could do it. I wouldn't like necessarily want to, but I could do it. I could survive.
I think you could.
I
think you would do way better than I did.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
I also think that I like going to Europe or something would be just on another level.
Oh yeah, that I think if I did
there's so many things you don't think about, like the whole money exchange.
Yeah.
And the outlets.
Yeah. Well,
and the phone plan.
Also, yeah, I think traveling solo to another country, especially that foreign, because I feel like
language.
If I went to Canada, like I think I could do it.
Okay.
But I think another international country, I think that'd be really hard for me.
Yeah. It's definitely good about learning about yourself, because I learned a ton about myself.
Yes, you did. And you were definitely out of your comfort zone.
Definitely. So far away from that. Another hobby people have is sleeping.
I can get behind sleeping. I'm a fan.
I mean, you need it.
Yes, and I like sleeping. I am not a morning person. Literally.
I don't know why you say that.
Just because I'm up in the morning, like early, does not mean I'm a morning person.
Yes, but I am very well aware of people who are not morning people, and I wouldn't say that you're not a morning person. I'm not saying that you are a morning person.
Yeah, I'm not that bad to the people who are anti-morning, because yes, I've seen that too, and that person should not be up in the morning.
You're a middle of the day person.
I am middle of the day. I used to be a late night person, but I'm old now and I can't do that.
That's what naps are for.
Yeah, but I can't nap during the day. Because then if I nap during the day, I can't fall asleep at night, which then my early morning, I get crushed. It's just a complex cycle.
The thing that gets me is I don't know how people have time for naps.
And neither do I. As an AT, like I have no idea how people nap.
Yeah, I don't know.
I
mean, definitely not during the work week.
If you're a napper, that might be something else we need to know. Like, how do you pull off your nap? Maybe it's power naps.
Yeah, you like the people who like drink the coffee and then take a 15-minute power nap and then like just enough time for the caffeine to kick in and you just woke up.
I need to be better. Like, that sounds amazing. That sounds like calculated.
Yeah, but who has that kind of time?
I have no idea. Definitely not me.
Karina G said, I'm in the secondary school setting. I'm an athletic trainer, wife, and mom of 2 kids and 2 dogs.
So busy.
Yes. This is my favorite part. I look forward to doing nothing in my spare time.
Sometimes that is the best, is just literally doing nothing. I can vibe with that.
Right. Just hanging out with my kids and husband. Advice for work-life balance that my husband gave me. They don't pay you overtime to worry about things. When I go home, my work phone is out of the way and AT mind is shut off. I don't spend my time away worrying about, does the team have what they need? Is the student going to be at rehab tomorrow? Will coverage be found at this game? Etc., etc. You don't get paid extra to worry, so stop AT guilting yourself.
That is such a good phrase. Stop AT guilting yourself. That is so true. It's really true. They don't pay us to worry.
You know, we coined this term. I coined this term. A do nothing day.
A do nothing day.
That is one of our favorite things to do.
You can usually tell them when you ask, babe, is it a do nothing day?
It's a do nothing day.
Yeah, that's right. Do nothing day. Sometimes those are the best days.
They are. Do nothing day, or as Lorena likes to call it, self-care Sunday.
Yeah. Self-care is very important.
We have a story about self-care too. Should I go into that one?
Yes. So this story is by Kathy N. I do lots of things outside of work. Hanging out with friends and loved ones. Doing aerial yoga. That escalated like really fast.
Have you seen her aerial yoga?
I think so.
Yes.
Cool. You know what? Yes, I do remember seeing that on Instagram.
Kathy, we should go do aerial yoga. Because
You too should go do aerial yoga because I will guarantee you hurt myself. Kathy continues with reading books, writing poetry, going to the gym, going on adventures. Much of what I share on my Instagram. See? I did see it on Instagram. I knew it. I am a published poet. I learned that self-care includes recognizing when to say no and stick to your boundaries so that you're less likely to be burnt out on the job. Being burnt out and always hustling is toxic, and I'd hope that one day we no longer glorify this. Our athletes and patients deserve our attention and care when we function at our optimal best. So self-care is a must, and that includes taking care of our mental health. Preach.
Self-care Sunday.
That's right, self-care Sunday, or self-care any day that you need to do your self-care. That's really cool. She's a published poet. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Kathy, that's awesome.
But all these things that she does outside work, like those are things that you get to look forward to when you're headed home or when you have a day off.
Yes.
That's a thing that's like such a bummer about when you have to work outside work, because then you're taking away from this time.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Which is filling up your cup.
And then it gives you nothing to look forward to, because if you're just going to keep doing whatever work stuff, which by the way, if you're having to work outside of your work stuff, it's probably something that's not good, or it's something you're behind on. So it's already stressful. And now you're taking that stress and putting it into a time that shouldn't be stressful for you. And it's just oh boy, like you said, the cup's overflowing.
Oh, the cup's empty.
Oh, cup's empty. Sorry. I was thinking radiation. Because like if you have too much radiation, it's bad. Overflowing cup. Never mind.
It was a good try. Good.
And I digress.
Yeah, do nothing day is our favorite.
Yes, it is.
Just some time to relax. Also, time with dogs.
Yes.
Or time with cats.
Oh, we know this life a lot.
Yeah, I think actually she's barking right now.
Yes.
I don't know if you can hear it.
Yes. That's my biggest example of work-life balance is we have like almost a 3-year-old, right? Is she almost 3?
She's going to be 3.5 in a month.
Yeah. She's almost 3.5-year-old German Shepherd. She doesn't let us work all day, even if we wanted to. She will let us know that I'm ready to play. Oof. Or my favorite are the sounds of just randomly throughout the day to let us know I'm bored.
If you guys don't know anything about German Shepherds, they are very vocal dogs. So we get to talk to her all day.
Yep. She has a lot on her mind sometimes.
She has a lot on her mind. Like today, before we record the podcast, we have to make sure that we go outside and run with her, because otherwise she'll be antsy the entire time.
Yep. And we'll hear her bark.
I'm surprised she's antsy right now, because we just tired her out a lot. She's
recharged. She's recovered.
She's getting better at that.
Yes, she is.
We're just training her.
That's the problem that I've noticed. The more we play with her, the quicker she adapts. I don't adapt that fast. So now she doesn't get as tired, but I'm still the same level of tired.
That's how it works.
Apparently. Her physiology is much faster than mine, apparently.
But she does make the best greeting party when we get home.
Yes, she does. That tail wagging.
Yeah, like when I'm headed home and I park, I'm always excited to go in and see how excited she is when we get home. So we got a story from Christina S. She said, I had so many people tell me not to get a dog because of my job, but I'm so grateful that I did. Having a dog in my life has been amazing. He helped my mental health so much, especially during COVID.
Absolutely.
I adopted him last February. It was hard at first until I got a doggy door and an outdoor area for him to be in. Before, I had to juggle with my roommates. Luckily, it was during COVID, so it was not as crazy as it normally was, but now I don't feel so stressed or bad when I have long days. I do work in the secondary setting, so it is a tad easier than if I was in the college setting. I also still try to have my mom get him on football nights, but on times that she can't always be there, I know that he can still use the bathroom.
Yes, that's true. And you know what? They will find a way to get somewhat entertained.
Yes.
Like, I've noticed that with our dog too. It's like she just really likes chewing her toys. Not tearing them apart, literally just
chewing on them.
Just biting them.
Over and over
again.
She also sent us some beautiful pictures of this. I think she said it was a boxer pit mix. Let me look.
We always appreciate dog photos. I'm telling you, anytime someone brings a dog in the athletic training room, that's it. The center of attention is the pup.
He's a 75-pound pit mix.
That sounds like 75 pounds of fun and love.
Yes. I didn't ask her if we could share the pictures, but I'm sure she'll be okay with it. So I will double check, and then I think we should put them in our Facebook group. And if you guys want to share your pet pictures, please do.
We did on what was it, International Dog Day or National? So a lot of people shared their pups at work with them. That was pretty great. Mm-hmm. That was pretty funny.
Dogs at work, dogs outside of work.
Now we're talking about cats.
You want to talk about cats?
I think we should. I mean, that is next.
Yes.
We're talking about cats.
Yeah, go for it.
Even though I'm a dog guy. Taylor,
you like cats.
I like cats.
You don't like cat claws.
I don't like cat claws, but I prefer dogs because they're more playful. Cats don't tend to want to play. On their, I'm sorry, they play on their terms.
Your parents' cat plays fetch.
That is true. It's a very weird thing. Anywho, Taylor S says, we have 2 cats, Habanero and Honey.
Those are great names.
One is 4 months old and the other one is 3 years old. Our 3-year-old is a rescue, and we're told he didn't like other cats, but we heard if you bring a kitten in that they'll react better. He warmed up within a week with a slow introduction, and now they love to play with each other. The kitten torments him, though. Cats are lower maintenance than dogs, but we eventually want a dog. My husband works opposite of me, so someone is always home. Sometimes he will stay up a little later at night after I get home, but it is hard because he gets up at 4:50 for work. Oh my gosh. That's terrible. I was on that schedule before, and that was tough.
We were on opposite schedules as well.
Taylor continues with, Sundays are our date days, and we both make sure we are not working and plan some fun activities or just hang out at home. It sucks working opposite schedules, but it makes those date days worth it.
I told her that's exactly what we did.
That's what we had to do.
We had opposite schedules, and Sundays were the day that Randy would get back from traveling, and so sometimes we would get a little bit, but it was the day that we saw the most of each other. Yes. So we made it date days.
It was date days.
That's what today is.
Yes. Today's a busy day for us.
Today's a busy day.
It is definitely not a do-nothing day.
Not a do-nothing day. As much as I wanted it to be.
Yes.
Yeah, Sundays I always look forward to.
Absolutely. But every day I look forward to, babe.
Oh. Yeah, cats are a lot different than dogs.
A lot different.
We used to have a cat.
That was my homie.
Kitty.
Yeah.
His name was Dexter, and
that was my cuddle buddy.
He was my childhood cat. He lived a long time.
A very long time.
And he passed away like when we first started dating, like maybe a year after we.
Yeah. Oh yeah, about a year. And because that was when I was traveling for indoor. Literally the day that he passed, I was in Boulder. I
know.
I left that morning that he passed.
So I gotta say, like, I am definitely a dog person, but I appreciate cats.
Yes.
Like, I'm very much allergic to them, so it's...
I like meowing at them.
But I don't think I don't know. Some people hate cats.
Yes.
I think they just haven't had one.
Yeah, you got to remember, you can't go in with the expectation of a dog.
No.
Because they're different.
Actually, I was talking to Taylor about this. She said she read something about how cats are more popular than dogs.
Interesting.
And actually, I looked it up, and I think it said something like, in 91 countries, cats are more popular than dogs.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I wonder if it's the low maintenance.
I mean, maybe. They're loving when they want to be.
That's
and
true.
All you have to do is feed them and water them.
I think that's important. It's on their schedule.
Yeah. Another hobby that some people submitted was about art. And we have a story about art from Aimee.
Yes. Aimee S says, I dabble in all kinds of artwork. My most recent, which was just completed, was a guitar I painted for guitarsforvets.com. I painted an acoustic guitar topped with a waving flag and Lady Liberty in honor of my cousin, Marine Captain Brad Kelly, who was killed in training exercises following the Gulf War. They have an amazing cause in helping vets with PTSD, and to be a part of it was an amazing experience, one I plan to continue annually.
Oh, that's awesome.
I have found art to be the best therapy, and I often employ it in my athletic training room. Those big moments with our athletes when they are struggling to process a big injury or struggling with some of the really hard things life throws their way. I will often just hand them a ball of clay. Sometimes they talk through their struggle while playing with the clay. Other times it simply helps them as they knead and stretch and form. Afterward, I will take it home and bake it to bring back to them at some point along the way. Oh, that's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I let them decide what to do with it. Some keep it as a reminder of where they had been. I had one kid throw it against the wall, smashing it into pieces. On a day he had his biggest breakthrough in his rehab. It has become one of my favorite ways of employing a whole person approach to my rehab plan. That is awesome. That's really cool.
I know.
That's exciting.
I love how this is like, it's her outside hobby, and in like her work-life balance is bringing her life into her work.
Yes, and then changing the lives of someone else. I think that's probably so satisfying to like the kid that broke it. Like, that's got to be so relieving when you make that much of a breakthrough that you're going to take whatever this reminder was and just literally destroy it.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool.
Oh, yeah. And I bet it makes such a big impact.
Oh, definitely. Even like she was saying about like just having something to play with, like, you know, to deform it and stretch it, like that can definitely help.
I think about this often because I thought that this was just something that people do, but like, you know how people fidget more than others?
Yes.
Like right now I'm playing with the headphone cord, and I'm probably going to break it one of these days because I do this every single time. And you too, actually. And
I like to spin mine, or I'll play with the little divider thing, whatever this thing is. I like to play with it.
But I think that would be really cool to just like have something, if someone needs that, to just like play with the clay.
You know, when I have athletes that are really stressed out and like going through it, I'll get like the hand putty.
Oh, really?
And I'll let them play with that if they want.
Oh, genius.
Yeah, I'm like, do you want something to smash? They're like, yes. Like, all right, here, I'll grab the putty for you. There was one time there was an athlete, I asked her, like, do you want to scream? And she was like all kind of weird about it. I said, I'll scream with you. We'll do it right now.
Really?
Yeah. And one day she actually really needed to, just because she was so frustrated with life and she had a lot going on, that we just screamed in the athletic training room, and everyone like looked at us, and I said, we're fine. Everyone's okay.
I love how you didn't give a warning before your...
Nope. We just did it.
That's hilarious.
Oh yeah. It was great.
That's fun.
It was really cool.
Bringing more life into work.
Yes.
I want to hear how you guys bring your life into your work.
I bring me.
Because I know, like, some people have their past sports, like whatever they've played, and sometimes they, like, that's who they work with, or like that's how they connect to their work. I know, actually, a lot of people said that they listen to podcasts for, maybe because that's our audience.
Yeah, that's true.
That's their hobby.
We appreciate that.
We do. Other hobbies, going on a drive, puzzles, cooking, baking.
Doing a drive's fun. Like when I used to commute, like as a student, sometimes just that drive home late in the evening was probably the most relaxing thing. It was really nice to disconnect.
I am currently driving like minimum an hour, maximum an hour and a half to get to and from work each way. And I was really nervous about taking that. But I was talking to one of my friends, and she was like, you know, I have a 40-minute drive, and it actually is really nice time, like a buffer time before and after work to help me like compress or get ready for the day.
Definitely.
Especially when there's not like traffic.
Oh God, traffic's the worst.
So I've definitely been, I mean, I use my drive a little bit different because my drive there, I just drive alone, but my drive home, I call people. Like I call Lorena or I'll call you.
Yeah.
And so like it's like definitely the way there is like my me time, which I feel like I don't really get a lot of.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I purposefully don't try to get a lot of that. Some people go to trivia nights.
I want to do more trivia nights. That's fun.
Play video games.
It's just eating out can be expensive. Because I mean, if you're at trivia night, you're gonna get food
and beer.
Video games. I like doing video games. I don't play as much as I used to, but every now and then I'll get the Switch out.
You do.
Yeah.
And play sports games.
I like to play sport. Yes, because I like simulation. I like the simulation games. Those are fun.
Photography. Some people do photography.
You know, that is an interesting one. That is nice. It gets you out, like either outdoors or out in the world and just see it through a different lens. Get it? Different lens. But that's pretty cool. That's been something that's always fascinated me. The people who like photography.
Also, Randy's hobby, reading.
Yes, but my reading's probably a little bit different than what most people like to think about. I like to read athletic training stuff.
Yeah.
I do not like literature as far as...
Also, audiobooks.
Yes, that's true. We tried to do a audiobook book club thing, and I just couldn't do it. It's not the reading I enjoy.
Yeah, you left me to do it alone.
Yeah, we got out of it real fast. I don't know. I like to read scientific things.
That's funny, because I mean, you just like Star Wars so much. I figured you like fiction.
No, no. I like the movies and other storylines, but yeah, no. Like, I don't think I could get through a Star Wars book, like their actual novelizations and like their other books. I really don't think I could.
That's really funny to me.
Right? Isn't that weird?
Crafting was a big one. I don't know if I already said that. I love crafting.
Hey, I can crochet.
You can crochet. He's good at crocheting.
I should pick it up more.
I showed him how to crochet, and I made him I showed him how to make a baby stocking, and we put it on our tree every year.
Yep. I made an ornament.
Looks good.
I'm proud of it.
Being social with friends and family, that's a hobby.
That's a fun one. We do that.
We do that. Have any other hobby ideas?
I was going to say the video game, so I'm really glad someone threw that out there. I think rec leagues, too.
Oh, a lot.
We want to do that. We want to join a softball league.
Someday.
Yeah, someday. That'd be fun. We did, 1 year, when I was an athletic training student, we did students versus faculty staff softball game.
Who was the athletic trainer? Everyone.
Yeah, technically everyone. I actually kind of think Dr. K was, because he didn't play, but he did bring his presence that day. So I think he was either him or Chris Muma. It was one of the two.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, definitely. I think getting active is really important. Oh, that's what I was gonna say about crafting. Was I feel like crafting. We had a lot of people saying that they like crafting, but I thought that was so fitting because like crafting and being active are two like pillars of athletic training because we do so much with our hands.
Yeah.
So I feel like crafting kind of goes hand in hand. Like we do arts and crafts. I always make a joke like if I'm patting someone and I'm cutting it and I'm like, this is the part of my job where I do arts and crafts.
Yes. Yes, I'll usually when I'm doing the padding and stuff, or even like sometimes you have to cut cover roll a certain way and like stuff like that. I'll be like, don't mind my arts and crafts here. Yeah. Because let's just say arts and crafts was not my strong suit as a child.
No, that's the active part.
Yeah. Yes.
So we do have, I also put up just a slide asking for like advice for work-life balance, and I condense it down to I think like 6 bullet points, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, a lot of you guys had very similar ideas, so it made my condensing very easy. So I'm going to put those up in our Facebook group. If you guys aren't part of our Facebook group, go to facebook.com/group/ATcornerPodcast. I feel like I haven't really been spending a lot of time over there lately, but I think with the work-life balance, maybe we can get some pet pictures up there.
Yeah.
I want to hear about your guys' holiday plans. Hopefully you guys are getting some time off.
Yes, for the basketball ATs out there, hang in there.
Oh, my basketball is being very nice to me this year.
You know what? Mine too. The week, like that week of Christmas, we're off.
Us too.
So I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah.
But we're right back at it on December 27th. So don't worry. We're not skipping a beat.
Cool. So we'll post those up. Do you have any other like non-athletic training things that we need to say?
You already know that's hard for me to begin with. I don't know. It just seems like a lot of people like adventure. Just trying new things, going new places. You know what I'm surprised, actually? I'm surprised cooking wasn't...
Oh, it is.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, cooking and baking. It wasn't as popular as I thought, though.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, I would have thought more people would have said cooking or baking. But I guess when you cook every day...
You know what I want to know?
Because you need to survive.
I want to know how you guys deal with cooking on a tight schedule.
That's tough, yeah.
Like athletic training. Right now I am struggling with, because my job, because I'm driving so far, I have to basically pack lunch and dinner, and I'm really struggling with that.
Yeah, that's tough.
So,
sorry. I just saw Netflix on there as one of the activities. Hey, The Crown. The Crown's pretty good. Highly recommend. I can't wait for the next season.
And You.
That one's a good one. But dude, man, when I was binging The Crown, I was getting pretty good at British royalty. I was getting invested. I was all in on the royal family, man.
You ready to take a solo trip to Britain?
Yeah, dude, I'm ready. After watching that, I can ask people how they feel about Princess Margaret. I'm ready. I didn't know Queen Elizabeth had a sister. Now I learned something new.
I didn't know that either.
You see? You got to watch The Crown. It's good stuff.
In all of our extra free time. When we're not podcasting.
Yes.
Or doing athletic training.
Or playing with Arrow.
You know what, you guys? I am so proud of you. I did not get a single... Actually, no, I got a single response that said, what free time? I thought we were going to get that so much.
That's a valid response, though.
I think we only got one person. Which is very, very surprising to me.
Yeah.
For how sarcastic athletic trainers are.
Yes.
All right, you guys. So head over to our Instagram for our next story episode. Next week, we're going to go back to our education. So every other episode is education or stories. This one is stories. So next week is education. And yeah, I think that's it. Have a good holiday.
Yes, have a great holiday.
Actually, we're not there yet, but
still, have a great holiday season. Yes, Hanukkah as well. Thank you for helping us showcase athletic training behind the tape. Bye.